Hey Cancer, welcome to your February 2021 monthly reading. I hope that you guys are doing good. I hope you're at peace with whatever state of being that you are currently in. And let's go ahead and get started. Quick disclaimer, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't try to force this reading to make sense for you if it's just not pertaining to your situation. This is gonna apply for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. You can look at this reading from any of those aspects. I highly recommend that you check some of your other aspects as well. Watch some of your other placements, primarily focusing on your rising sign more so than anything else. And I think that's it. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with my prayer of intention. If you don't wanna participate in this part of the reading, you can go ahead and skip ahead. I highly recommend that you do. This is really good for anchoring and grounding yourself and anchoring the energies of your guides, okay? Here we go. Let's start off with a big deep breath. I call upon the ancestors, spirit guides that watch over Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. I call upon the higher powers from above, from the divine source. I open up my channel, sending my light up above, and I receive the light from the divine source, connected as one. I ask that my angels watch over myself, Cancer, and this reading to protect it from any negative energies or entities that may try to influence this reading. I ask that my messages only come from divine source. And I ask that the guides, ancestors, and spirits that watch over and protect Cancer attune me to the frequency of Cancer so that I may feel, see, taste, smell, hear, and understand what it is that Cancer is going through this month, to be able to give them clear and concise messages and guidance for the month of February 2021 for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. Alrighty, Cancer, let's get into it. I'm excited to do your reading. I'm a Cancer rising. So Cancer readings always resonate for me in a way, not completely, but they do. They do. And yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, sorry, I was just checking something. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and check out the challenge for you this month. So what is the challenge? Of course, there can be multiple challenges, there can be multiple problems that arise this month, but we're gonna focus on the theme, right? This is kind of our theme, right? The theme in the form of a challenge. So what is the big challenge for Cancer this month? What are we facing this month? What's the roadblock? We have Knight of Wands in reverse. King of Wands. Okay. Some of you guys may be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Two of Wands. Lots of fire energies coming out for you guys. Huh. One more. And lastly, Three of Cups in reverse. Okie dokie. Artichoke. All right, so the blockage that's coming up for you guys this month, Cancer, is you're needing to make a decision. For some of you, it may be a person. Like I said, for some of you, may be dealing with a fire sign individual, an Aries, Leo, Sag. You may just be dealing with someone that has the characteristics of a fire sign person. They're very confident, they're very passionate, they're creative, they're artistic, they're free-spirited, and they're very like powerful beings. Like you can just sense the power radiating off of them. Some of you may be dealing with that kind of an energy, so I'm going to give two different messages here because I do feel that it's split. I feel like for a majority of you, this is not a person that you're dealing with, and I think this is more so of an energy that, so let me get to this message first. So this is not pertaining to a person. I feel like for some of you, the challenge is that I feel that you guys feeling powerful this month, right? So this is for those of you that are not dealing with this kind of an individual. This is the energy that you're in. You are in this King of Wands energy, right? So this is a good energy to be in. You feel powerful, you feel confident. You probably like have a lot of energy this month. You're trying to get things done, or you're trying to be in this energy, meaning you're trying to be productive. You're trying to get stuff done. I do have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So I just feel like maybe your energy levels are good, but maybe creativity wise, maybe we're not feeling so creative, or vice versa. It could be that like you could be feeling very creative, you may be having a lot of ideas, but you may be lacking the motivation to actually get some of this stuff done. Some of you guys could be like you have people that work for you, or you like hire people to do small jobs for you. So it may be like a situation where you have a lot of ideas, but you don't have the motivation. So you may need to hire some people or let someone help you, I think, in what it is that you're doing. But there's definitely a decision that needs to be made. And this is the difficulty. This is the challenge, the Two of Wands, is that you need to make a decision based on something that you're passionate about, but like right now you're just not in the right space for. Both of these cards, Three of Cups in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse, kind of just tells me that like you're lacking energy. You don't really want to work with others. Like maybe you're sick of work right now. You just don't want to go to work. Like you just like, it could be like a thing where like you want to go to work, but like you don't have the energy to go to work. Does that make sense? Because I feel like it's vice versa. It's either you have a lot of energy and you don't have the idea or the creativity, or you have a lot of creativity but lacking the energy. It's one or two of those things for you guys. I feel like for most of you, you have the ideas. It's more so that you're lacking the energy or motivation behind it. And you really need to make a decision as to what are you gonna do this month? Are you gonna waste your time putting effort into something that you have no motivation to do? Or are you gonna take a little bit of a break, maybe take a step back, maybe reassess? Is this really what you wanna do? Is this really where you wanna be putting all this energy into, or all this creativity into? Because maybe you could utilize that creativity in a different way. So really what this month is for you guys is really just utilizing, being smart about laundry, being smart about how you utilize your energy and where you're utilizing it, right? So what you're putting time and energy into, what you're not putting time and energy. Are you putting into something that you're really passionate about and you have motivation to do? Because this is something I also want to highlight, is that sometimes, like, yes, sometimes we're just tired and we're exhausted with life and we just like, we need a break, we need a rest, right? Sometimes that's needed, and that could be the case. Cancer, it could just be that you just need a break. But also too, sometimes the things that we feel really unmotivated to do, like that feeling of, I don't want to go to work, I don't want to go to this, and it's not because you're physically tired, but you're sick, you're mentally and emotionally tired of that place. It's maybe time to reassess if that place is the right place for you. If this thing that you're investing this time and energy is right for you, if it's exhausting to do, right? Nothing good comes without effort, but you should, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm so happy that I recently have gotten back into reading tarot on YouTube. And because it was something that for months I was in that place that I was just dreading. That there was a couple of times that I turned my camera on and I tried to sit down and do a reading, but I just couldn't do it. And I was just like, I don't want to. I felt that I was forcing myself. So I took that break. As we can see, if you look at my videos, last videos I did were, yes, last month in January, but prior to that, I hadn't posted a video since April, I think, of 2020. So I took a good amount of time. And initially that break for me was just supposed to be a month. I was just like, I'm just gonna take a little breather. And I never went back to it because I didn't feel that it was right. So it could be something like that. Maybe you're afraid to step away because you're kind of fearful that you'll never come back to it and it's something that you love to do, but maybe you just need a break. And sometimes that break could be a day, a week, a month, it could be years, it could be whatever, but you really have to listen to what your intuition is telling you, because if you're feeling unmotivated to do something, it's maybe a highlight. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with you. You have to ask yourself, why am I lacking in the motivation? Why do I not want to do this anymore? Like, I thought I wanted to do this. And then for those of you that maybe are dealing with a person, same message. It just has to pertain to you lacking the motivation to continue to like put up with this person or engage with this person. For those of you that are dealing with someone, this could be like a father figure, this could be a counterpart to you. I feel like for those of you that are watching this, most of you guys are older, so this is either someone like your spouse or your father, like a father figure, or like a mentor, anyone that's older than you. It could be like your boss as well, and that could also pertain to work that you don't want to put up with it anymore, but a decision has to be made. And I feel like the reason why this is coming up as a challenge is because this decision is hard for you to make. Like I said, if this is a person, you really care about this person or you really like this person, but something about it is just putting you off, or if it's work or if it's friends or if it's an activity or whatever, it's like you're confused on what to do because you really love it, yet you're feeling so exhausted and drained by it, okay? It really could just be the time to take a break, and that really could just be it. And that break could, again, be a very short period of time, or it could be a long period of time, but either or, I just kind of feel like you're not in the place to really be I don't know, like your energy just feels very, very low. The challenge also for you, the challenge also for you guys could not be in this specific situations that I'm explaining. It could be in a more of a broad sense that as a water sign, Cancer, it's very easy for you guys to become drained. All water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, all three of you guys, it's really, really easy for you guys to exhaust your energy levels very quickly, and for you guys to feel very, very drained, because you guys are super, super sensitive beings, more so than any other signs or any other elements, I should say. And you have to understand that, like, if you're, let me give you this scenario. You start each day as you are a cup filled with water, and as you go throughout that day, you pour out little by little water. Imagine if that water is your energy, right? You pour out a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, right? I feel like lately you've been pouring and pouring and pouring, and you forget to refill your own cup. That's really what this is really just, and the thing is too, sometimes the conflicting indecisive energy that you may feel about taking a break or not taking a break, or if this is right or if this isn't, or if this is for you or if it's not for you, that energy that you may be going back and forth within yourself, it really could just come from if you continue to work, be in a relationship, deal with this situation or person, if you continue to participate in something that's draining to you, even if you love to do it, you basically end up resenting it, because you end up having to kind of like force yourself, like, come on, I got this, I can do this. You kind of have to force yourself to engage in the energy when you don't have energy to engage with, and then you end up resenting that activity because it makes you feel so shitty. It's gonna make you feel drained, even if you love to do it, because it's not possible to give yourself to an activity or person, place, or thing if you don't have the energy to do it. You can do it, but you're not like presently there. So a good way to kind of check in with yourself and be like, okay, well, how can I like figure out if I'm doing that? Check in with yourself. Ask yourself if you feel present in what you're doing, if you feel present in your work, in your relationship, in whatever it is that this situation pertains to. Ask yourself, like, am I really being present? Am I really being 100% me when I'm doing this? Or am I like just, am I just focused on like, okay, I'm gonna be home in an hour, I'm almost done with work, I'm almost like, this is almost over. Like, if you're anticipating for the activity to be over, or for you to stop engaging with this person or with whatever it is, that's kind of going to be a sign for you to be able to discern for yourself if you are exhausting your energy and if you're just kind of forcing yourself to, okay? Because you don't want to push yourself so much so that you end up resenting this thing, and then you may never want to go back to it again, yeah? So breaks are important, especially for water signs, especially for you, my Cancer. So let's get some advice, even though I basically just gave it, but let's get some advice from Spirit. That's my advice. Spirit's advice, 3 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so like, I feel like you're feeling unmotivated because I feel like you feel hurt about this. You feel heartbroken. It could be, I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is work, but if this is a relationship with the person, I feel like you guys feel emotionally like down about this situation because it may not be going the way that you want it, right? So whatever it is that you're wanting to do, I feel like you're very eager to make things happen. You're very eager to get the job, to get the raise, like you're very eager to go to the next level, Cancer. I'm sensing a lot of eagerness, right? That could also be a reason why you're feeling very exhausted, because things may just not be progressing as quickly as you'd like them to. And it's making you feel like upset. You may be emotional about this. There already may be some feelings of resentment arising, like, oh, like, should I even keep doing this? Like, it's not going anywhere. Like, I'm not even getting what I want out of this. Four of Pentacles, to clarify, our King of Wands. You're really tightly holding on to the idea that I'm trying to be careful with this. I feel like you're holding on very tightly to the idea that, hold on, I need to check with Spirit that I'm right about this before I say this, because this is gonna. Thank you, Spirit. You may be, Cancer, holding on very tightly to the idea that you can make the impossible happen. And I'm being careful with this because I'm a very optimistic person. I think everything is possible. But what I mean by this is that the things that are not possible are the things that are outside of our control. So anything that's external to us, people, places, things, that have anything to do with the dream or the goal, the thing that you're working towards, they have an influence on your trajectory to reach that goal, right? So if this is a relationship, maybe the other person has different ideas, different wants, different needs that differ from yours, and you can't control them. You can't control what they want. You can't control what they need. They need and want what they need and want. And you can only control your own actions. So this could just be a situation where you're dealing with something where you may be trying to overstep your bounds, meaning you may be trying to fix other people's problems or mold/manipulate the situation so that you receive what you want out of it, but there are other people involved. So like I feel like work keeps getting brought up. Like this could be like a work thing or whatever, or this could be to your boss or whatever. It's like you can't, if you have a boss, you're not, but if you're not the boss, you can't make these kind of decisions because they make the decisions and you have to follow them, right? You have to follow your boss's orders. So it could be something like that where it's like, it's just beyond your control because there's other people that are influencing this situation. So it's like, at the end of the day, Cancer, you have to remind yourself that you can only do what you can do, right? You can only control your own actions. So make sure that you're doing what you think is best, what you feel is best for yourself. And then you have to try to let go of the idea of trying to control or manipulate the people around you to be able to get your highest outcome, because people are going to do whatever they want at the end of the day, in the same sense that you're going to do whatever you want at the end of the day as well. And I don't mean that you're being like controlling and manipulative in in a malicious way. I just feel like you may be trying to influence your environment so that you can get what you want out of it. But I feel like which would be fine if you were the only person in this environment, in this situation. I just feel like there's at least one other person involved. If not, it's like a group effort. Like this could be like job or work or something. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse to clarify, Two of Wands. I feel like you guys are, you're indecisive about making your decision. I feel like you're not sure about what to do. You're very confused about what to do. A decision needs to be made, but it's difficult at this time. I don't think you know what to do. I think you know how you feel, but you just don't know what to do, right? Because I feel like there's just a lot of influences here. And the Five of Wands in reverse, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of really conflicting influences. I think Spirit is saying really tune everyone out. I don't know why, but I'm also getting that like you are also very easily influenced by others, meaning like, maybe in this situation, maybe you've been asking for advice from people, and I just don't think that you need it. Advice and help, I've been saying this a lot this month, but there's a time and place for everything. There's a time and place, okay? There's a time and place, Cancer. And this is one of those situations where you just need to rely on yourself and your own intuition and just do what you feel is right. F-U-C-K. Fuck what anyone else thinks. Fuck what anyone else thinks that you should do. Screw their opinions. I'm sure there are people that care about you, that want to help you. You have good friends, you have loyal friends. I'm not saying that anyone's misleading you, but it's just you don't need anyone else's opinion other than your own, because every time you hear someone else's opinion or ask for it and receive it, it influences your own ideals. So it's really important this month. Spirit is saying that you need to cut away any like, hey, you should do this. Have you tried this? It's like, oh, or like, you know, cut out anyone or disconnect from anyone that's just giving you unsolicited advice, because screw them. But also be mindful. I'm not saying don't ask anyone for advice, but just being very mindful about who you ask for advice. Don't just ask anyone for advice if you're going to at all. Even though I'm gonna recommend that you don't this month, I'm gonna recommend that you just do what your intuition tells you, and literally do not get advice from any single person, even if you respect them. But if you really feel like you need an opinion, make sure that it's from someone that you really, really respect and you really, really value their opinions and their beliefs, okay? If you don't just ask any random person on the street for advice, or any, you know, someone that you don't really like care what they think, okay? Make sure it's someone that really is important to you and that you really value their opinion and their wisdom, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at unexpected energies. This part of the reading can be positive or negative. I feel like I have to keep saying that. Depending on what's going to happen. I feel like everyone usually has an idea of how their month is going to go or how their day is going to go. So this is going to be whatever you're not expecting. So this is not something that you are expecting this month. What is hidden in the shadows for Cancer this month? What's the unexpected energy coming up this month? What did I say? What did I say? We have authority and intuition. So, Cancer. The unexpected thing this month is that you're actually going to find that you can give yourself permission to listen and follow your own intuition. You have not only just the authority over yourself to govern yourself, but you have the authority to make your own decisions, to listen to your own intuition, right? You don't have to. This is also a reminder too that you're gonna find out that people don't have authority over you. I feel like sometimes you rely on help from others a little too much, like. Sometimes like you may have like a hard time making decisions, like I don't know, like I don't know, like I don't know, like, you know, like I know what I want, but I don't know what to do. So it's like I feel like that's the thing. If you have been saying I know what I want, but I don't know what to do, that's the problem. The disconnect, right? Because you saying what you want is what you should do. Whatever the hell you want, that's what you should do. Right? And when we start to question the intuition, because that's your intuition, the want is your intuition, right? Where your gut is pulling you, what you want to do, what feels right, that's your intuition, right? And when we question, we say, oh, I know what I want, but I don't know what to do. Or I know what I want to do, but I don't know if I should do it or not, right? That's still the same thing, questioning the intuition. And then you kind of revert and you act out of the ego, and then you ask for help, and then the words of others start to influence your decisions and may end up steering you in a completely different direction than what your want was, right? What your desire was. So you're not expecting it, but this month you're really going to be tapped into your intuition, and you're really going to be gaining control over it, right? Or I don't want to say control, because we shouldn't control our intuition, but you're going to be gaining control over yourself, and you're gonna feel more confident in trusting your intuition. That's what it is. That's what I meant to say. Excuse me. I just ate. Not controlling your intuition, but trusting it, right? And working with it, and not working against it by doubting it, by questioning it and saying, oh, I know what I want. I know what my intuition is telling me, but I don't know what to do. Let me ask someone else. No one else is gonna be able to tell you what you want other than yourself. I promise you, there's not one psychic, mystic, shaman, whatever in this life that will ever be able to tell you what you want. That is something that only you and you alone will be able to decipher for yourself. Let's go ahead and get a message from your guides. So from the guides that watch over, protect, and lead Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, what is the message for them this month? What do you need them to know at this time? What's the message you would like to relay to Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? What's the message for Cancer from guides? Thank you. Sorry, I was looking forward to put this. We have children. Know that your children are protected. Interesting message. Some of you guys, this situation you're dealing with may pertain to your children. Kari, if you're watching this, hey girl. One of my friends and my boss, she just had a baby last month. Right? Last month? Yeah, it's already February. Jesus, time just flies by. And this could be, and I know that she's going back to work, so this could be a situation where like you may be going back to work. For any of you that are parents or new parents, you may be trying to go back to work and you're worried about your kids. This could also be, for those of you that don't have children, this could be a message of your inner child. So a lot of you guys, I feel like most of the cancers I've met are very childlike, which I love. So your inner child is expressed a lot. And I think that this is a month where maybe your inner child, for those of you that don't have kids, and this isn't about your literal children, you may be repressing your inner child. When we're younger, we're more in tune with the spirit world, and more in tune with our own intuition. It's really easy for us to know what we want, right? When we're kids, we just do whatever we want, right? When you want to do something, you just do it because you don't know better. You don't know about all the complications that come with growing up, right? So Spirit is saying that you are protected, and your inner desires, the inner child, your inner wants and your needs, where your intuition is pulling you to go towards, and the decision that you feel is right for you, that you're kind of doubting or questioning, they're safe to make. Your want, I want to do this, but I'm not sure. Your want is safe to trust. It's safe to trust your intuition. It's safe to trust your inner child, and whatever those wants and needs are when they arise, it's safe to trust them and just allow yourself to obtain those things and go after them rather than questioning them. Yeah. And then for those of you that are, going back to work or are worried about, maybe you've been working more and that's kind of what the decision is for you guys. Like you're deciding like, oh, should I spend all my time at work or should I be at home with my kids? Do not worry. Do what you feel is best. If you feel like what's best is being with your kid, be with your kid. If you feel like what's best is being at work, be at work. Either way, your guides are telling you that your children are protected and they will be safe either way, okay? And that's beautiful, okay? Because I'm sure that some of you guys out there are worried about that. Let's go ahead and take a look at love to wrap up this reading. So for my cancers that are single, we'll look at singles first and then we'll look at you that are in a connection after. For my single cancers, what is the message of love this month for February 2021 for cancers that are single? Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So I really feel like this has a lot to do with your main monthly. There's a lot of signs here that are popping up. So make sure that those of you that are single and you are dealing with this kind of like indecisiveness, going, not trusting your intuition, but having feelings but not following them, pay attention to those, right? When something feels wrong, don't do it. When something feels right, do it, right? I feel like there may be some things coming up this month that don't feel right, but you may still be participating in, and Spirit is cautioning you to not participate, okay? So we'll go ahead and take a look at exactly what these red flags are, what it's talking about. We'll take a look at what your guides want from you, and then we'll take a look at where your focus should be in this month of February, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at my cancers that are in a connection, and this is whatever you deem as a connection, okay? This could be friends with benefits, one-night stand, marriage, whatever in your mind is considered a connection, okay? And so this is for my cancers that are in a current connection. You're currently in a connection with someone. You deserve love. You are lovable, Cancer. So for those of you that are any type of a connection, marriage, partnership, dating, hookup, friends, benefits, whatever it is, you deserve love, okay? You may just feel at this time that you feel very unloved by your partner or by whoever it is that you're doing whatever with. You may be feeling unloved by them. You may just feel like maybe they're not showing you appreciation, and you just may be feeling a little underappreciated, a little undervalued this month. And that's fine. That happens from time to time. It doesn't mean that it's true. I just want to say this, and then we'll go ahead and go to the extended. But, just because you feel some type of way doesn't mean that it's the truth. Maybe like your partner just hasn't said it in a while, but like just because you feel undervalued and underappreciated, it doesn't mean that this person doesn't appreciate you, you know, like maybe they do and they just have forgotten to show it, and maybe they need a reminder. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this. Same thing, we'll further clarify as to why you're feeling that way, what's going on. We'll clarify what your partner or whoever your person is, what they want from you, or what they're going through, why, you know, what they want from you or what they want for you. And then we'll also take a look at where your focus should be for this month, okay? I hope that this reading resonated with you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped you in some way, shape, or form. The link for the extended reading for both of these is going to be in the description box down below. So just go ahead and click that. It'll take you to Vimeo. And then you can get the extended there. I wish you guys the very, very best month that you guys can possibly have. I know that you have everything, like, you guys are so intuitive. You're fine. You just got to trust yourselves. That's the biggest thing here, okay? I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.